Hi, I'm Val Aldridge, ketogenic assistant at Matthew's Friends Clinics. I'm just here today to talk about EKM, which is Electronic Ketogenic Manager, and I've got Amanda here with me. And how can we help you, Amanda?
Well, as you know, Jordan, my son, he's on a ketogenic diet. He's doing really well. He's enjoying his food. He's enjoying the things that I'm cooking him.
Good.
But I want to be a bit more adventurous. I want to find out, you know, how to use the EKM, especially because I'm a bit nervous about using the technology at the moment, and just to find out how I can use it and get more choices of recipes in.
Brilliant. Well, we can help. Certainly EKM is very easy to use because I can use it. So, and I'm not that great on computers, so if I can do it, I'm sure you can. And Jordan likes spag bowl, doesn't he?
Yeah,
That's
he
his favourite, isn't it?
He loves
so, I mean, you have been making that, haven't you? And that is one of the quite simple meals that we can do on keto. But perhaps if you have EKM, perhaps you'd be able to alter some of the ingredients if you wanted to.
Right.
That'd be quite interesting. It'd be a good start to see how you get on with it. So these are the sort of products that you'd use normally.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you been using the noodles, the slim noodles or naked pasta? Have you been using those? That's what Jordan likes.
Yeah, they're his favourite ones.
Yeah, they're pretty good because then we don't have to count those at all. So that's fantastic. So we don't even put them in the EKM. That's free.
Right.
That's brilliant. Some people use courgettes and they use I can't remember what it's called, they make like a spaghetti kind of thing out of it, a spiral thing.
I haven't done that yet.
No, that might be worth a try as well. But then again, you have got to count that then as part of the carbohydrates. So it's up to you. It depends. If you want a bigger meal, it's probably worth using the naked pasta. With the cheese, you can use any cheese, basically any cheddar that you want to, but don't use the ones, you know, when you get the bags with the it's ready grated, isn't it? Don't use that because they put flour on that so it doesn't all stick together.
Right.
So not to be used on keto. What we can do, I'll show you how to do it, is we can put your own products in on EKM, because I don't know whether you've seen before. Have you looked at the program in your purple file in your booklet?
Yes, I have tried it, but
let me show you because I've set it up here.
Okay.
And what you can do is you can put in your own products. You don't have to. There will be kind of, if you say you put something like a green pepper in there and you use green pepper,
right,
then that will be in there. But if you use an actual product that you can get different varieties, you can put the values in per 100 grams into EKM.
Okay.
And then you just put, you'd put on there Jordan's cheese. Shall I show you how to do it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So when we come into EKM, we've got, see files at the top there, and you'll see these bits come down: meals only, meals and products, products only. So if you go into products, and then you just need to add, and then you just type in, say if we put Jordan's cheese, and if you know that's the one you use all the time.
Yeah, do
you see what I mean? And then it comes to food label. So that, yes, we're using the food label. And then what you need to do is look on here. So in this country, the values per 100 gram are always per 100 grams, and that's what we need to put in for the products on EKM. So we come to fat first, and that's per 100 grams is 34.9. Okay. And then the protein, and they're always written so small, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is 25.4.
Do you have to put the protein if he's on everything? If you don't
I see what you mean, because you mean because he's the different type of diet, because he's on modified. You're not counting the protein,
right? Because
he's on modified, but I would put them in anyway.
Okay.
And you've got all the information about the product.
Okay.
Okay. And the carbohydrate 0.1. Okay. There we are. And I'll just And then that's in there, look, Jordan's cheese, and it tells you how much fat, protein, carbohydrate per 100 grams. So that's in there now, and then if you want to use that in one of your recipes, you can use it now.
And what, print it off and
yes,
stuff?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll come into the meals only. Now, what I've done is we've got the ingredients that you've used, and what you've been using here, I mean, you can use any mushrooms, and because Jordan was on modified, basically we said to you, haven't we, they're free really,
Yeah.
because they're so low in carbohydrate, and it doesn't matter which ones you use. You can use brown, white, doesn't matter, whatever. And the meat, we're putting it into, you can put the mince in, but obviously you're not going to count the protein.
Right.
But if you were on a classical type diet, you would. So you'd want all green lights, and I'll show you how to do that. So I have put all your products into EKM. I've put the mince, which is 200. Now, we've given you vague guidelines, haven't we, for your fat allowance, but because there's quite a lot of mince that you use in there, that's brought the fat up quite a bit. So it's quite interesting when you do look on EKM.
Okay, yeah.
And one thing that I would say is, on a classical diet, if you use EKM and you've gone from the exchange lists, which you were using previously, weren't you? When you use the exchange lists, it's like an average. So a lot of the products, they're an average amount of all the products, whereas with EKM, they're exact amounts.
Right.
So if you say you have some, say you had spring onions, and use them, well, on the exchange list, that's a carbohydrate allowance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 33 grams of spring onions is 1 gram of carbohydrate. Whereas when you put it into EKM, 33 grams of spring onions also has 0.6 of protein in.
Oh,
and
okay.
some of the things might have a little bit of fat in.
Yeah.
And EKM counts everything.
What if it's like the beef, if it's low fat mince? If it's
you-
very lean and like
Yeah,
5%, can he still have like a higher, but it'll be not as much, it won't show as much fat?
Exactly. If you put that in.
But I'll have to put that in here?
On here,
Right,
the
okay.
beef mince will be an average. If you have a packet of mince and you want to put the exact one in, you don't need to, because you're not counting the protein. But if somebody was doing that, then you would want to, yeah.
Okay.
And you probably wouldn't want to use a low-fat mince, to be honest.
But even if it's more mince?
More meat, you mean?
More meat, yeah.
Yeah, but, well, if you're on a modified, you're not so restricted on the meat anyway, are you? But if you were on a classical or MCT, where your protein is slightly less, you would want as much lean meat as possible, because you want that good protein. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's put some products in. What you'll notice is that when you put the products in, because it's so refined to each product, sometimes the meal can be smaller. And also that means that if we have somebody on a classical diet, say, they might need to have their calories, their prescription increased.
Right.
Because they might suddenly find that the calories have gone down by about 50 in a day, or even more if it's a bigger child.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility. So to put products in, see, add, and then we put, say, I don't know, carrots, and then it gives you a list here, depending on the time of year, if it's old, if it's in the winter, old carrots, or it'll say young carrots. So you just pick out what you want. So if we put young, because we're a time of year, so that's in now. Now you put in the amount. So say we put in 10 grams, and that will tell you exactly how much carbohydrate is in that, and how much. And what it does is, as you get the amounts in, you're going through your prescription. We've put the amounts of your prescription in, and then you want to get green lights.
All right.
So say with the
so if it's a red light, you've gone over.
You're a long way either over or above.
Right.
And if you get a yellow light, you're a point about between 2 grams either side, and then so you want to get the green. I mean, the beauty of this is say you wanted to change something. So I don't know, what sort of thing other than the pepper would you like to put into the spag? What sort of thing do you think he'd like? A bit more tomato or carrot or?
Yeah, probably more tomatoes, I suppose, because he likes it quite with the sauce.
Okay, so what we could do is we could take out the green pepper and we could put something else in instead, just to show you how we can sort of swap things around. So if I take that out, there we are, removed, and then you'll see it's gone under on the carbohydrate there, so it's gone to yellow. So what do you think would be a good thing to put in there?
It's carrots.
Carrots, yeah. Does he like the tinned ones?
Yeah.
Because actually they're a little bit lower as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. Let's just pop those in there. So we go carrots. There we are, canned. And I'll say put. Right, so we've put 15 in, and it's still in the yellow. So you can see there you've got your 0.3 under there. So we'll put a bit more. Right, that's it then. So we've got a green light on the carbohydrate. Okay. What you will find is that as you change other things, it moves these other things around, it moves the fat around content, because you're looking at all the fat, protein and carbohydrate and everything. It might adjust these numbers, and that's the trick, and that's where you go away and you fiddle and you have a play. Because what you really need, for Jordan, you need the fat green and you need the carbohydrate, but the one main one is your carbohydrate, and the only reason really we'd be looking at the other ones for him is if his weight started to come up. And make sure, or down actually. Yeah, we wouldn't want his weight to go up or down, because he's just right as he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to show you how to put the instructions in?
Yes,
initially?
please.
Okay. So add at the top, and then you just put the name in, enter, then you put the date in, and here, because we've done one, we need to put the number 2 in there, and then you just write in here, you know, whatever it is you're going to put in. So say if we did a muffin or something, that's it. And then it doesn't really matter, you're going to have it at home, dietitian parent, you can be a dietitian for the day, can't you, if you want to. And then you put in your fat amount. So we've given you a general guideline, say of 40 grams of fat in the meals at the moment. So if I put 40 in, as I said, that's your general guideline. It's just so you don't get any less than that, really. Protein, you don't really need to put that in for Jordan. We're just normal amounts of protein, basically. And carbohydrate is 6 grams in the meals, isn't it? Okay. Does that look easy?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you have to have a go in a minute. And then if you have a look here, it shows you the calories. Now on here it shows you a ratio. Now that looks ridiculous because it's 6.6, that's because we haven't got any protein in.
Oh, right.
And also with the modified, you're not looking at ratios. That's for a classical diet, really. So it just shows you can use this for any of the diets, to be honest. Even if it's just looking up, you can use it just very simply. Say you have a product, say you have, I don't know, you find something different when you're out and you want to know how much fat or how much carbohydrate it's got in it. You just put the product in, and then you can find out along here how much, how much is a gram of carbohydrate for that product. It's you can use it for different things. It's not just for doing a whole meal. It's just a handy tool to have. But also, it's very handy if you're going away, travelling. If you're going abroad, quite often products they're not quite the same.
No.
And you just want to have everything right. And so you look at the labels. Sometimes abroad, and I'll go through that with you another time, sometimes abroad, or you can have per, cup or per 30 grams.
Yeah,
so there's another way around. Yeah, there's another way around doing that, but we'd have to go through that another time. Exactly. We're just lucky in this country; it's all by 100 grams, and that's how EKM works.